Good evening to you all. Sorry for a short delay. We can actually start. Please give me a plus in the chat if you can hear me well. Put a plus if you can hear quite well. Thank you. Once again, good evening. We start our today's webinar on the new digital guarantees, and in 1 hour, I hope to give you something substantial and your adrenaline level will be very high. So our today's topic is new digital guarantees. And before I start, I'd like to introduce myself for our newcomers. Well, as you see, I am a representative of the Ambassadors Council from Italy, the new Consumer Community Partner Program, the Vice President. I am a project manager for this project, a certified Master Profi coach, the host of the game Genius of Finance, member of the World's Association World's Generals for Peace, and a speaker, a private investor. And I believe that all the newcomers came here not to meet me in person, but to learn more about our new project. Well, who we are, where we are from, new digital evolution mission, what instruments to offer, and the benefits of end users. And today, in particular, I'd like to discuss with you what digital rating is. In addition to that, we will study an important argument for the creation of new occupations and professions, and the way to engage in business by using NDAs. A little bit about the history, some background. So as you see in this slide, everything started from the Academy of Private Investor back in 2011. And then we transited to our Cryptounit program. That was the launch of the global investment portfolio. And in 2021, a birth to this new project, new digital evolution, was given. Digital guarantees we can use worldwide, and all the members of our community can benefit from them. So let's start with the video, and those people who attend this webinar for the first time, you can better understand what the Academy does. But before I play it, I'd like to tell you that this is 10 years experience online training portal with over 1 million and 0.7 registered users. Our teachers enjoy experience and expertise in investments and finance. We offer practical trainings in finance, investment, and personal growth. And we offer training courses, group sessions, one-to-one training, and mentoring. And this is the portal for all those who are interested in personal growth and development. So now let's play the video.
Academy of a Private Investor. Who are we? We are an efficient educational system in 21st century. And every day, we work hard to get better. We teach how to manage money, how to multiply it and use it reasonably, We give people a complete picture of finance and investment science, personal development and business in 179 countries around the world. We have created and successfully used a variety of programs and workshops that help dozens of thousands of trained and successful investors to enter the market. Our students become investment advisors, portfolio managers and stock analysts. We train to find, analyze and select tools for successful business development in 20 segments of market. We teach to create investment portfolios and manage it by applying gained knowledge in practice. We support the initiatives of our students and are always open to venture projects. We are ready to bet on the future technologies. We unite people and show the path to financial freedom. We develop you and guide to creation of a new reality, according to the concept of the new economic evolution of the world. Instead of asking, how much do we earn, it is much more important to understand how we should preserve and increase earnings. And we have answers to these questions. We are the Academy of Private Investors. We have updated our brand to achieve greater efficiency, global reach and ability to share even more knowledge. For people. For you.
Excellent. As you've seen from this amazing video, what is the goal of the education in the academy? And that is to build investment mindset, the mindset of true investors, as this is the 21st century and there are the trends of new technologies. And we want to encompass each of you while implementing your amazing mission. We will discuss a few minutes later. Well, our CEO, Andrey Havratov, who would like to explain to you a few things about the investment mindset. Watch another important and significant video.
I'm Andrey Havratov, and I'm here to present a new course called 8 Rules of Wealth. In this course, you will learn how you can use 8 fundamental rules to become rich in a very short time. What is true wealth? It can be compared to the 5 fingers. It takes 5 fingers to make a hand, not one, this, or that. In the same way, true wealth consists of 5 essential elements. Number 1 is health. To be rich, you need to be healthy. 2 is attitude. We need to develop the right attitude to yourself, to the loved ones, to people, to the city, to the planet, to the country you live in. 3 is emotions. One should always have a very high emotional level in order to develop the right attitude. 4 is financial independence. Many people aim for money, want to become financially rich, but you can imagine a man with one finger. He will be a freak, and that is why you need to develop harmoniously. And 5 is calling. This is what a coherent model of a rich person's development looks like. This is what you and I are going to talk about when we embark on 8 Rules of Wealth.
As you heard, here we talk about 5 most important things to be able to implement new economic evolution of the world. And NEEW embraces all these aspects Andrey Havratov spoke about, because it's not enough to be simply rich. We are set to create a system that will help us to be healthy, live in harmony, and be able to give out everything needed to help others as well. And to reach our goals in 2019, we set up the following project. Next slide, please. And that was Cryptounit project. This project was established thanks to the mission and idea of NEEW. This is an innovative training program that enables everyone to get an opportunity to learn and become a co-owner of the global portfolio, including a lot of different assets in different sectors. And thanks to Cryptounit program, since 2011, we brought together a lot of people, and I will show you the milestones of the development of this project so that you have the flavor of what we've achieved and what is the basis for another project, NEEW Digital Guarantees. As you see, on the 30th of March 2019, there was the launch of the Cryptounit program, whereas in January 2020, that was the transition to the second phase of our development. In 2020, there was a pre-launch, and in January, we started the launch of the project. In April 2020, the launch of data migration to our blockchain, whereas in August 2020, we were registered by SEC. Our world CIUs were registered with SEC. It means that we have all the licenses, all the certificates required, and on the 28th of January 2021, that is the date of the launch of the NEEW Digital Evolution Program. And you may ask me why we need these digital guarantees. You know that over the last time, COVID-19 pandemic made its impact, and we see that the financial world changes as well, both at the level of the production and job creation. Job creation worldwide. And most companies today suffer from crisis, and many of them indeed close down. Some of them dismiss their employees, and at present there are a lot of unemployed people. And not only companies lose their credibility and solvency as vis-a-vis their other financial institutions, but let's have a look what happened to employees and individuals. Those who before had the jobs, they may have gained some loans from a bank to buy their housing or a car, but because of the crisis resulted in them losing their ability to pay off their debts, to pay for their daily bills. And this way, all this data combined, that you are in default, even though you are a good individual, you are included into some registries, blacklists as they are informally called, although it may not be because of your blame. And these are the problems of today's world that actually forced you to face such crisis. And that is the reason of giving birth to a new project, to create new paradigms, new strategies of the work between financial institutes and individuals, including businesses. Next slide, please. And now let's have a look at the mission of this new paradigm I'm talking about. Our mission, which is set, is to create a sustainable and fast digital rating for individuals and businesses. Why do we need this? Why did we choose this mission to pursue? we are used to using financial ratings. And in any case, we are monitored and we are reviewed by financial institutes and organizations. And now we are in a weak situation, in a weak position. We need something new. And we'd like to create this something new through our project of new digital evolution or guarantees. And we want to come back to the point of about 1.5 years ago, when we were free to travel, to buy everything we wish, and we want that the use of digital guarantees is a habit of entire world. And in this slide, let's have a look at the benefits of the centralized rating system for businesses. You may read out that there will be no time loss. We ensure fast financial transactions. You will enjoy security, financial efficiency, and reliability. Why is it important to consider these 5 points? Because in the traditional world, before the world crisis, banks used to use specific criteria to be met. In case of conventional guarantees, for instance, when you apply for a loan or you want to get some borrowings, and today we talk about the right, and at present we refer to businesses. Sometimes banks act as intermediaries. So financial rating A, and it means that there should be non-refundable fee from 2 to 5% depending on the amount borrowed. And the deposited capital or the property should be 100% guaranteed. And the worst thing here is time required to get the money, lasting from 90 to 120 days, is quite often unbearable condition, or the condition which is the hardest to meet, as the companies are to be very prompt to sign some contracts or not to lose good opportunities in business. Whereas here, you have no chance to work very quickly, and quite often you need actually to review some substantial offers, proposals, or deals because of the time required to issue this guarantee. Well, that was the world of traditional business. And whereas now, let's have a look at those possibilities NDE implies. So there was the duration from 90 to 120 days, whereas here we get instant advice and you can verify the rating of your counterparty on this blockchain certified digital ranking system. The payments will be guaranteed and instant by only one click. Blockchain certified digital guarantees could act for any purposes. For instance, rental of vehicles, rental of equipment. But here we will have a few pages to describe all the purposes of the use of digital guarantees. And as said before, we want the people to have a habit of using guaranteed digital guarantees. And everything we can do will be done even better if in this system there is an intermediary, but this time this is a digital guarantee. And we can get a lot of opportunities open irrespective of our present financial standing. We can guarantee the payoff of the installments. We can get credit lines for the commodity distributors, and we can use B2B platform. Companies may cooperate with each other by using these guarantees. And here in this slide, it shows off the innovations in digital rating. This is the digital rating that didn't exist before. We want to make a list of registries with different categories. There will be governments, municipalities, state authorities, banks, financial organizations, investments foundations, enterprises, and private persons or individuals. Each of them will have their own category, and if I need to validate any counterparty, any business, or any individual, instantly I may see its background, and it will be very useful and fast method to carry out my due diligence. And here you see the most important word today, that is reliability. To be reliable is a very important aspect. If I'm reliable, if I'm credible, if I'm solvent, I'm trusted, and I'm extended loans, and I can enjoy access to financial means. Do you know why in the previous slide there was a word government? Because to be fully reliable, the financial registry should be capitalized, meaning that digital guarantees, thanks to our registry, based on the specific assets, the companies that will participate in this registry, they will involve in public tenders, public procurements that are only accessible to some large corporations or companies, whereas through our rating and these aspects that are the basics, or pillars that are the basics of our registry, we can participate in public procurement. And this registry will guarantee the payoff of all those works and supplies to be supplied to the government or private companies. In addition to that, companies that participate in our registry may get income from staking, and the companies to be included into our community before we launch and open a personal account, a back office. As you see in bullet point 2, they may earn income from staking until the end of 2030, starting from January 2022, means that it's going to be 9-year income generation, and this income will give you a chance to pay off all those expenses you may have for the use of guarantees. And now let's have a look at the register of companies. If you're registered, you can make smart contracts, business to business, business and individuals, business and banks. And when we talk about financial guarantees, most of our viewers start thinking of some collaterals for loans or borrowings, but quite often companies use guarantees they get from insurance companies or banks to guarantee their solvency in relation to those supplies of commodities they are waiting for. And therefore, the financial world is not solely loans and borrowings, but it includes some guarantees to be provided to companies to buy some goods, commodities, including vehicles, furniture, and then we are asked, how can I be sure that you will pay for the goods I supply to you? We may not be sure in the salaries of any of our employees at this particular moment, and the permanent income of individual entrepreneurs with digital guarantees maintain your solvency and your credibility. Well, the registry or the register of individuals. Individuals may be a part of our register. They pay for their bills. They pay rent. They pay off their loans, consumer loans or housing loans. And by using our tokens through smart contracts, we can use digital guarantees. And although right now we have no permanent job, or I have no company, but I have digital tokens to use, and tokens of the global investment portfolio, which is proved and confirmed by our registry.
And now I would like to address all those people who are interested in working with us and not just be a client, but be our agents in order to implement the new digital guarantees for the next 10 years. So here we have the target goals, and they are quite achievable because to participate in our project implies certain benefits, certain advantages. That's why it's truly a lead opportunity. That's why only 10 million companies will be able to be part of our project, and only 100 million individuals will be able to make use of our guarantees. So please take a look at those figures, the turnover amounts. Only the turnover from the trainings of individuals will be equal to $25 billion, whereas the sales volume of training for companies will be $112.5 billion. And you can see that the volume of the token market between companies will be $800 billion. And this is quite profitable, both for specific people and for people who are adults today, and for children that are going to be adults in future. And on this slide, I wanted to tell you about the creation of new professions. And because one of our goals is to create new professions, it's a new product, new projects, new paradigm, which requires new professions. And here we are opening the doors to all those people who want to work with us. And we're talking about this particular financial innovative sector, very promising sector too. And let's talk about 3 new professions. And the first profession is a signaler / informer. it's a person, a user who participates in Evorich community. They talk to CEOs and business owners and explain them the project. And then the digital seller comes over, who is a professional specialist trained in the sale of NDE digital products. And we will have one more profession, which is a digital manager, an expert specializing in the NDE back office and companies and the register of companies. And that person will be also included in the specific list. So a digital seller is a professional salesperson who joins the company, concludes the training contracts, and registers individuals and companies. For example, I'm a signaler. I have meetings with CEOs, business owners, managers. I explain them the essence of the project, tell them what the advantages this particular project offers, and what specifically this participation in this project can give you. Of course, if you are an individual and or a business owner, you need information, and the company can, for example, tell the signaler, like, tell us more, give us more information. And that's where the digital seller comes into play and starts explaining them all the technical details. And very often, a company asks the digital seller to talk to the financial chief officers, CEOs, and people that take care of the financial side of the business. And after the contract is made and signed, the company, together with the digital seller, will decide what specific education that particular business or company needs. And here we have the requirements for a digital seller. What kind of requirements a person needs to meet in order to become a digital seller? You have to take the training course called Digital Seller, register as an individual entrepreneur with your own VAT number, tax number, and take and pass the exam. It's online, and you can take the exam at a time convenient to you. And of course, you have to be either an individual entrepreneur or a company, a legal entity with your own company's corporate tax number in order to be able to, invoice your counterparties. And now we've moved to the digital manager profession. So we have two types of digital managers, which is list A, which does not include activities in relation to third parties. So what does it mean? People who take the training and who have to sign agreement contracts with banks or other companies, here they can only work with respect to their own company, whereas digital managers who want to get to the list B, they will be able not only work for the benefit of their own company, but for the benefit of third parties as well, other companies or private individuals that would like to have their own digital guarantee back office. And here we'll have certain categorization as well, because there are very many different types of counterparties. It can be limited companies, LLCs, joint stock companies. Let's see what kind of categories we have. So the first section you can see is the right to work with families. It's like, for example, a financial organization, a bank that works with private individuals, something like that. So those kind of agreements, a digital manager belonging to the first category can sign. In the second section and third, fourth, and fifth section, we have digital managers that can work with companies. And depending on the education that they took, they will get the right or the permission to work either with individual entrepreneurs, with open joint stock companies, limited, and group of companies / holdings. And let's take a look at the training courses. Let's see what kind of training we're going to provide. So what is the contents here? We have prepared digital guarantees training course split into 15 sections and with a total of 60 lessons. 4 lessons in each section, and you can choose any of the categories. Let's see what kind of categories we have. Let's talk about training for private individuals. And here we have 2 categories of training. The first training is a standard training that will allow you to use digital guarantees for your own benefit. But it's like personal use, but you won't be able to work with banks and insurance companies. So we're going to give you only the basic information and basic knowledge. So, and if you take the training, standard training, you will be included for $100. You will be included in the registry. But if you think that you are going to work with some financial institutions, then of course you need to take a more advanced training. It's going to be called Training Plus, and the cost of that training will be $400. And again, here we work with, in this case, that person will be able to use the guarantee for their own warranties, guarantees for their own use, and to be able to do the same, but for the benefit of third parties, banks, financial organizations, and so on. So after those people take and pass this course, they will be included in the list of people who successfully took the training, either training or training standard or training plus. Now let's talk about training for companies. And here is where we have 4 different sections. So I have individual entrepreneurs and specialists of free trades, then LLCs, LTDs, consortium companies and associations, and then we have joint stock companies, funds, and holdings. And the price ranges from $2,500 to $25,000. There is a typo in training 4. There should be one more zero. And you'll be able to, companies will be able to pay for those products in installments as well. So for example, I may be an individual entrepreneur, but nothing prevents me from buying more expensive education if I want to receive the full course, if I want to understand how the blockchain works, how all the new digital products work, also understand how the taxation works, and many other financially significant things in the world. That's why a company cannot buy a training intended for the lower tier of business but the lower tier can buy education intended for the higher tier. And there is one more thing that you need to do to get into this privileged club. In order to be part of that register, you first need to receive a certain code, and that code will give me access to the registry and to the digital guarantees. As you can see here, how much those courses are going to cost, or codes are going to cost. Well, it depends on the stage when you join this project. So if you try and register before the back office is opened, it's going to be cost $2,500 with staking income or income from staking. And then the registration will vary, but you will not be able to receive income from staking anymore, because the digital guarantee implies the purchase of tokens, and all those people who enter the project before the opening of the back office will be able to buy our tokens, World WCRU, to then stake those tokens and enjoy the interest or the staking reward on a monthly basis. After the back offices become available, the registration will be higher, the registration fee, and no staking reward will be offered. So now let's move to the marketing plan. And I'm really sorry for this funny picture, because we're so love our project that, okay, Baroni is talking about the Italian slide, because it seems like there is not everything has been translated, I guess. And there is something funny that we unfortunately can't see, but it's okay. And I would like to give you an example. Let's assume I'm a private individual. I don't have a work. Therefore, there is no company paying me. And it's very difficult for me to confirm that I'm a creditworthy payer. And for example, I want to buy a new piece of furniture, but nobody trusts me. And thanks to the digital guarantees, people can use tokens and staking those tokens to enter into smart contracts and provide guarantees of payment using those tokens. They can guarantee their solvency, that they will pay the amount due. But as I said, every token that is staked as collateral will also yield you utility token reward. Then you will have a share in the global investment portfolio. And eventually, when the quarantine is lifted, the companies that are part of our global investment portfolio will start or resume production, therefore increase their output and increase our income. Because 2% from 2% to 25% is kind of a rough deal in other banks. But in our case, it's not that high. Plus, you get your own reward, staking reward. And by participating in the project, we also promote the expansion of the global investment portfolio. For example, there is a company that needs to make a delivery, and there is a private individual that wants to rent a car. For example, I'm the CEO of a company and my supplier tells me, I need to have some kind of guarantees to make sure that you will pay for the entire delivery. And let's assume I need some goods worth 100,000 euros. I go to the bank. Usually I would go to the bank and ask for the bank guarantee that I would hand over to my supplier. In this case, the bank will ask for my property as collateral that would be equal in value to my purchase. They will ask for 15% as down payment or a commission, and then I'll have to wait for at least 3 months. And all of that money will be lost. I mean, my collateral will be given back to me, but over the past year, that money will be devaluated, will lose its value, inflation, and so on. And I'm not going to receive any interest on the amount that I used as a collateral with the bank. And I'm going to lose money, lost profits, and so on. Instead, what happens if you use our token? So first of all, what I do is I lock the amount in tokens. But 1 year later, I'm going to have interest from staking, dividends from the investment portfolio, and the token over that time will grow in price. So it's like triple threat or benefit in this case. And I will be able, meanwhile, to cover my costs from the staking reward. And the same can be applied to physical individuals as well. For example, if I want to buy an apartment, I have to provide some kind of a collateral if I want to take a loan. Or it can be just rental, but still you give a security deposit. And very often you never see that security deposit back. For example, in my case, it can be 4,000 euros for 2 years, 2,000 euros, but in 2 years, those 4,000 euros will lose its value. But if I give tokens as a collateral, in 2 years, my tokens will have its value increased, and I can leave a deposit worth 4,000 euros, but when I take it back, it's less. But what if I do the same in tokens? I will eventually get more than 4,000 in euros. It will be 6,000, for example. Plus, the staking reward and the dividends will help me pay the lease amount or the rental amount itself. So what does it mean? Is that the rental or lease for me will be absolutely free. So my capital used as a collateral will grow, and at the same time, I will be able to use the dividends and the interest, the staking reward, to pay my daily costs. And that's why I will do my best to be included in that digital registry. And I would like to address all the people who are already part of our community. This is an already ready product. We don't need duplication here. We don't need to familiarize with very complex technologies. This is something that all people need, especially people who are now in a difficult situation. Remember, I told you about children, minors, who today, thanks to blockchain, thanks to several tokens, can already be added to the digital registry and make use of it in 5, 10, 7, 10 years. It will be a very good step in the necessary direction. And if they want to enter some expensive university or buy themselves an apartment, they will have been long enough in our digital registry and their solvency will be guaranteed. And thanks to your input or investment into their future. So just think, you can enter the new digital world already now with just a small amount. And I think this is the biggest gift you can make them, which is to invest into their future. So let's take a look at our marketing plan. And this marketing plan will work starting from when we have our back offices on our project.
And now I will explain this, but please remember that before we have our separate back office of our project, there will be the marketing plan in effect, and that is Evorich marketing plan. Look, the commission of a digital seller will make up 7% from the date of receipt of a separate back office of the digital guarantee project. Whereas now the Evorich marketing plan is in effect. And since then, me as a digital seller, I may not be a seller but a signer, but signator, but I get my bonuses under the Evorich marketing plan. But now let's have a look at those targets we have for future. And if you choose this profession, you will earn so much. And you will see that there are these 4 educational packages offered, and only by selling one educational package of $2,500 I will earn 175 USDUs back. They are not units, therefore you can immediately benefit from this earning and dispose of it. And generally, to earn this amount, we are to work at least 3 days. But should I sell a package of 5,000, I get 350 USDU. And I'd like to tell you that most companies prefer a package of 25,000. Do you know why? Because they may pay it in installments, this training package. And in addition to this is the high quality training for the specific company, which is delivered online. Therefore, all the employees of this company, in the comfort of their office or home, may get this training. And you, when you are a part of our digital register, that is the moment when your digital rating will start. Since then, you are a part of our project. After the company becomes a part of this project. A few steps to take to join our community. What do I need to plan? This is our plan to reserve a code that will be assigned after the exam. I purchase the training, undergo training, pass the exam, create a digital rating, minimum from 3 to 6 months. And the more you are in our digital rating, the more solvent you are, the more credible you are for your partners. And what are my steps to implement it? I register a company in the register with an assignment of the code and start activities in the companies. And when you share the information about our project to someone else, you get your bonus. In addition to that, your partners will be grateful to you as they will get a chance to participate in a good and profit-making project. And I can work with companies and private individuals that are a part of our ecosystem. I may not offer this opportunity to those who are not a part of our community, because this product is first of all set for our users. Hopefully that this short period of time or a short presentation, I managed to convey a lot of information. I do not intend to overload you, but would like to stress another important thing of the significance and the power of our tokens. And where is the power of our digital world compared to the conventional world, traditional world? I do want to give you a very simple example. Change the slide, please. So, and let's discuss those things or talk about those things that have thousands of years history. So bread and rice, because one part of the world daily eat bread and the Eastern countries daily eat rice. And they are first need products that people consume for over thousands and thousands of years. You see, I provided average prices because the price may vary depending on the country and the region. Well, in 2019, the average price for 1 kilo of bread was about $3, and we needed roughly 2,206 CIUs. I should have written down world CIU, but I was more used to using the term CIU. Next time I will change this term, but hopefully it will not prevent you from understanding the significance of our project. Well, in 2021, the price of bread increased by 50 cents and the average price is 3.7 US dollars per kilo of bread, and which makes up 9 world CIUs. But you may say that at the exchange, our tokens cost differently. But now I use the official price of a token that you may estimate based on the value of our investment portfolio. Look, in 2023, we add the same difference witnessed over the last 3 years, and the kilo of bread will cost $4, whereas our world CIU will increase as well. One token will cost $114, and for the same kilo of bread, I will spend only 0.03 tokens. And the same applies to rice. And all this will happen not only to these commodities and products. I selected them Change the slide, please. Here, I selected a bullion of gold, and this is a commodity of many, many years of history. And another product is a Ferrari as a favorite of many drivers. Like in case of gold, shares of Ferrari in financial world, where there will be digital guarantee used. It is one of the companies in the globe, and it's one share costs its money and is a so-called guarantee, as other shares, other financial institutes take only 80%, whereas Ferrari is estimated at 100%, meaning that in case the share cost is 142 US dollars, the bank provides 142 US dollars. Look, so the price of gold, of 1 gram of gold in 2019 was 40 US dollars, and to get it I needed 27.5 CIUs, whereas in 2021 the price of 1 gram of gold is 55, and we will spend 137 CIUs, whereas in 2023 the expected price of 1 gram of gold is 75 US dollars, but because of the price of the token going up, I will pay only 0.65 CIUs. And the same applies to the shares of Ferrari. And here are those figures that will make you think it over. To say, a loaf of bread in 2023, thanks to the token, which today costs 40 cents, I may buy 1 kilo of bread by spending in 2021 only 9.3 CIUs, whereas in 2023, by spending the same 9.3 CIUs, I can buy 286 kilos of bread. And the same is in place for rice. Today, to buy 1 kilo of rice, I will spend 5 CIUs, whereas in 2023, by spending the same amount, I can buy 286 kilos. And therefore, if in my deposit I have 1,000 USD or euro in 2023, I will be able to buy the same commodities. But whereas in my big box, I have money for 2 kilos, in 2023, I will buy the same kilo or even 800, because the purchasing party of euro and US dollars reduce over time. But in case I invest this money in tokens 2 years after, in the same amount, I can buy 200 times more commodities and products. And think it over, the electricity or the cost of your daily life. In 2-3 years, the increase in our income will be incredible. And this is the benefit of digital world. This is the benefit of new opportunities, making you people see these figures. Explain this to your networks, your structures, and please understand this on your own. What tokens offer, and these are incredible and endless opportunities. So this is the message I wanted to convey to you, and hopefully to see you next time after, in a few days after, at our next webinar on digital guarantees. And then you may invite 4, 5, 10 friends of yours who will be ready to listen to us and to learn more about this opportunity. Thank you very much for your time and for your attention, and see you next time.